Hey gamers, welcome back to another video. Now before we begin, if you guys like what you see, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on the channel. It really helps out the channel a lot. I really appreciate your guys' support. Also check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/Jerdo, where I stream Azur Lane 3 times a week. And follow me on Twitter at JerdoAL, where I post my stream schedule among other Azur Lane tidbits. Thank you so much everybody for the support. Let's get into this video. Today we're going to be talking about what the new most important resource is for all players. Now there's been a few changes recently. Both in the oil cap changes with the clearing bonus, making farming for gold in higher level maps a lot easier, and also EXP curve adjustments, making requiring less XP to get to level 120. Now that's both of these changes combined has created a bit of a new resource bottleneck. Now previous to these changes, the resource bottleneck was gold. Right? You would never have enough gold to do your awakenings. You would not have enough gold to do awakenings. You're either farming 12.4 for XP, but you're not getting a whole lot of gold, or you were farming 2.1 for gold, but you're not getting a whole lot of XP. So generally, it was one or the other. You weren't able to complete things fast enough. You were using gold for other things, you know, research tasks, retrofits, buying things from the shop and stuff. So you'd be using a lot of gold for different things. You wouldn't have too much of it, and therefore the main resource bottleneck was gold for everything, because it was used in everything. It was hard to go farm, and you wouldn't be able to get a whole lot. With the changes now, that dynamic has shifted from only being able to get gold or XP when you're farming, but now you can get both. Where you have the oil cap changes that allow you to use 6 ship fleets now, that allow you to use a full fleet. You're having 6 ships getting full XP at 12.4, and then on top of that, you're getting a bunch of gold in the clearing bonus. You're getting, you know, 2,000 to 3,000 gold depending where you're farming per clear. That's a lot of gold and a lot of XP. Now, what does this create? This creates a lot of capped ships. Not only are you getting more XP than before, you're getting more gold XP than before, you're also requiring less XP because of the XP curve change adjustments. You're requiring less XP to max out a ship to 120, to 115, to 110, to 105, to 100, no matter what you're farming. So what do you need to uncap a ship? You need gold, you need the XP. We're getting that from farming. The last thing that we need are cognitive chips. Cognitive chips are now the most important resource in Azur Lane for account progression. Now, before these changes were made, I had 48,000 cog chips. You may be in a similar mode. You'd be like, but Jerdo, I have 60,000 cognitive chips. I'm sitting on a hefty stockpile. You know, there's no need to be concerned. Like, what? I don't know why this guy's saying that cognitive chips are worse. I had 48,000 as of a month ago, and now I'm down to 18,000. I've used 30,000 cognitive chips in about a month and a bit since the changes have come live. And that's again for multiple of reasons and multiple factors. Farming gold is easier. We're getting a lot more gold, so we can use gold for awakenings. We're getting also a lot more XP because we can use 6 ships to farm for gold at the same time at higher level maps that give a lot of XP. And the EXP curve adjustments made it require less XP to get to level 100, 120 and other milestone levels that require awakening. So cognitive chips are gonna be what's gonna be the bottleneck. You're gonna eventually, if you're leveling up ships fast enough, we're gonna run out of cognitive chips. Now, this is gonna be even worse for players that don't have these stockpiles saved up, right? There are players that are just starting right now. They don't have these stockpiles saved up. They started a while ago. They don't have 50,000 cognitive chips laying around. They don't have 100,000 cognitive chips laying around. You're going to be really bottlenecked for cognitive chips unless you really pay close attention to where you can get them and where you should be buying them in order to minimize this bottleneck resource limit. Okay, now the biggest thing I think that where you can get cognitive chips from that before wasn't really a thing that people recommended for you to buy from is the event shop. Every event shop has cognitive chips, 3,000 of them to be exact. Now, before, when people used to ask like, oh, what should I buy from the event shop? You know, it used to be like, oh, you should buy the obviously the event ship, you should buy any event gear, you know, buy the coins, the gold, the PR, obviously the DR and the PR prints, also really high priority, probably top priority. And then people would be like, yeah, then maybe like some tech boxes, maybe the plates, maybe the chips. The cognitive chips after the event gear and the event ship should be and that maybe the PR and the DR prints. This should be the next thing they should be buying. This should be really, really high priority now. 3,000 cognitive chips per event is significant. So buying these should now be a much higher priority when you're clearing out an event shop. Now, the second place where you can buy cognitive chips and also cognitive arrays, I'm going to touch on those a little bit as well, is the core data shop. Okay, core data shop has cognitive arrays and has cog chips. Now, cognitive arrays, after your initial boon of them, when you first get those missions and you get, you know, 1,000 something of them, it's like, great, I'm set for life, right? Why would I need more? After those, you get 9 a day. 9 a day, and you require 150 of them to get one SSR ship to 125. So if you do the math, all right, you do some quick maths, 150 divided by 9, that's 17 days. So if you do the daily every single day, you can get 2 SSR ships to 125 a month. You're going to be always low on cognitive arrays. You're always going to be low on cognitive arrays, okay? So I would highly recommend, if you're a brand new player, there's perhaps an argument to not spending your early core data on this. But even if you're a mid to late game player, you should 100% be buying the cognitive arrays every single month in the core data shop. It's only 50, but that's 1/6 of your monthly income that you would usually get that you can buy immediately at the start of every month. Similarly, the cognitive chips in the core data shop, you should also buy the core cognitive chips for the reasons I just mentioned. That is the new bottleneck resource. This is the resource that's going to be the lowest that you'll have for most people. Now, again, right now you might be, you know, sitting pretty. You have 50K stockpiled. As you awaken ships, as you start leveling more, as you run 12-4 and 13-4 or 11-1, you're going to slowly realize that, I'm have to awaken more often and more often as you're getting XP on 6 ships at a time, as you're getting all this gold from farming. Unless you're really casual and you don't do a whole lot of farming outside of events, let's say you log in, you just dump your extra oil on curry in the dorm, then maybe, yeah, okay, might not be an issue for you. But the typical mid-game and late-game player, you're probably gonna, in between events, you're probably farming 12-4, you know, 13-4, 11-1, whatever, for gold and stuff. This is going to happen. You're going to slowly run out of cognitive chips. Trust me, it's happening to me. There's a reason why this was added into the game. There's a reason why this right here was added into the game. It's because Yostar knew that this was going to be the next bottleneck. So obviously to allow people to whale for it, even this has a monthly limit. You can only buy 15 times, right? You can only buy 4,500 cognitive chips a month if you're whaling. Cognitive chips is now the more scarce resource in the game. Make sure that you're buying them from the shop. Make sure that you're buying them from the core data shop as well. Unless you're a brand new player and you have maybe less than 2 shells, then maybe hold off. Maybe until you get to the higher hard mode worlds where you're able to get a more core data per run, then is maybe when you can start doing it. But every single person should be buying cognitive chips wherever they can. It's the next resource bottleneck. It's the new gold. You know, nobody ever had enough gold to do things. Now you need them. You even need 300, you know, to get to use cognitive arrays to get them the chips to 125. Right? Make sure that you're doing your daily for cognitive arrays as well. And the cognitive array daily gives you some cognitive chips as well. It gives you 65 to 70 a day. So you're getting some from there. But again, this only gives you 3 per run. You'd have 3 runs a day. That's 9. You get 9 a day, and you need 150 for 1 SSR. 225 for where you are. So make sure you guys are being smart. Make sure you're getting your cognitive chips. Get them from the event shops. Get them from the core data shop even. Definitely get the cognitive arrays from the core data shop. And definitely get to level 100 as soon as possible. I think commander level 100 is now the new 70. The new 70. Before, people would suggest that people get to level 70 as quickly as possible because this used to be the highest level dailies. I think level 100 is now the new 70, just so you can get to these dailies as quickly as possible to start getting more cog chips. Literally, you know, 20%, 30%, no, more than that, like 40% more than the previous level, and these cognitive arrays. Very, very important to awaken your ships, uncap them, and allow them to keep going. Otherwise, you're just going to get stuck with lower level ships, and you won't be able to, you know, move on to higher worlds and stuff. World 13, World 14 especially requires, you know, 120, 125 ships. You know, World 13 requires, you know, 115, 120s. If you're leveling up a lot of ships, you're going to end up having a lot of capped ships unless you try to do your best to cover yourself. Buy as many cog chips as possible. Buy as many arrays as possible wherever you can. And because it's the new gold. It's what you're always going to be out of really, really soon. If you're not there yet, unless you're very casual, you will be. Trust me. So make sure you guys are buying your cognitive chips. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps out a lot. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Gerdo, and follow me on Twitter at GerdoAL. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys have a great one. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.